Hey, what's up, folks? What's up? Am I loud and clear? Got a little mic here. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Ooh, still early enough. What's going on? Here I am down by the lake. You like my lake? You like my backyard? I'm doing the recumbent to get things going. I want to talk today about a sticking point that I think many of you have. It's a fear. It's a very specific fear today that I know you guys have. Doesn't matter what you do. Whether you're going to go talk to a girl, guys, or whether you're going to go talk to a guy, girls, or whether you really need to take action. I'm going to go back to business. I'm going to go back to business in the sense of getting out of there. Getting people's attention, which is the key of creating your business, specifically online. So it's a fear that I still suffer from. It's a very specific fear. So based on Napoleon Hill's principles, these are two different types of... I'm going to kind of combine two different types of fear into one. Because number one, based on Napoleon Hill, is the fear of poverty. I'd have to probably agree with that one. It's kind of a real one. I don't think that was too imaginary. Fear of poverty is number one. Number two is the fear of loss of love. I'm not talking about those. I'm getting into 3 and 4 on the rank scale here, or on the fear scale. So number one is fear of poverty. I think a lot of us know that who read Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Number two is the fear of loss of love. That was a real one. That was a real one. That's the main reason why I'm not going into that world again, is that fear of loss of love, which is one of the most painful things I think any human can go through, is the loss of love. Whoa, because I'm working out, I'm like, no, it's not where I want to go. The third fear is fear of criticism. That one's BS. That one's in your mind. Who gives the front door what people think? But that's a tough one. And number 4 is fear of failure. I won't go through the rest of the list. But 3 and 4 are criticism first, fear of failure. Those are the ones I want to talk about. I actually want to talk about the fear of failure today really quick, because to me, the fear of failure for me, and I think for many of you, tell me if you agree, the fear of failure is disguised as the fear of criticism. The fear of criticism is disguised as the fear of failure. You're not really, this is what I really, really believe. I believe you're not really afraid to fail. You're afraid about what people will think about you if you fail. I'm going to repeat that. I don't think we're that afraid of failing. We can dust ourselves off. I really do. It's kind of like, this makes sense. When I fall on the ice, which I've done in front of a crowd, my hip hurts or whatever I fell on. I've fallen many times on the ice in front of people. Many times, probably more than most. I don't know. I'm usually focused on whatever I'm doing. Yes, wipe out. I don't feel the physical pain when it happens. I actually don't care about that. I care about who saw me. Who saw me. So I believe the fear of, and I failed. I failed in the process of walking. So there's a real lesson here, guys. I believe the fear of failure is not really what's stopping us from taking the action. I think it's the fear of what people will think of us if we fail. If I fail, whatever. What's next? How can I adjust this? What have I learned? How do I figure it out? But when people are always watching you, and I'm going to get into social media a little bit, when people are always watching you and you fail, it sucks when people criticize you, and sometimes they're not going to criticize you, but the thought of them criticizing you is what's going to limit you. Now I'm going to get a little deep here. What's even worse is the fear of criticism from people who you care about. That's a real thing. Well, it's a real thing. It's not a real thing, but it sure as hell feels like a real thing. For example, a little story here. When I decided to jump into this world, I got into network marketing at the beginning. MLM, the pyramid thing, leaving a $200,000 a year job. Yes, the people at work were criticizing me. They were critical. Criticism galore. What the hell are you doing selling protein stuff? You're a computer, you're a team leader here, man. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? That one pissed me off. What's wrong with you? Good thing I was a good boy back then, because it would have gotten a little physical. No, calm down. It still gets to you because they're your coworkers criticizing you. Yeah, it's a good thing. I was in my good boy phase, so what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Selling door to door? I'm not selling door to door. I don't want to get heated up in that way. But those moments almost stopped me from following my dream. Working in my pajamas, doing what I do and making copious amounts of money with no ceiling. Yes. So that almost limited me. That almost stopped me. But what really almost stopped me was my family. Not by saying you can't do that, by the look on my mother's face. When I said, I'm going to quit my computer stuff, Mom, I hate it. You know, I go for coffee all the time. By the way, I put up the picture of my mom. Just as a side note, I put up the picture of my mom there, my family, the other day on my Facebook. I called her up. I go, Mom, by the way, you're on Facebook? She goes, take my picture down. She goes, don't you put my picture on social media or I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. She's going to sue her own son. I go, no problem, Mom, it's down. And I left it up anyways. Okay, she's going to sue me. So cute. My mom was really depressed. She was like, no. Like, you look at what you've built in the computer world, but you can't feel what I feel, right? So that fear of criticism from people who are close to you is the toughest one. But at the end of the day, who's living your life? Are they? It's kind of bold, isn't it? It's kind of bold. Who's got to wake up in the morning and go do something they don't like to do? It looks good to them. They don't know. They don't know how you feel. So the fear of criticism from people who are the closest to me was my biggest challenge, to be honest with you. It was, because I'm like, I'm going to be online now. They're going to see me do my videos. You know, it's like they're going to criticize me constantly, and it'll take me a while before I get any kind of traction. So during that period of time, how tough will it be? So I'm not going to give you guys a problem without a solution, okay? I'm going to give you the solution that I used, and it worked extremely well. And I think this may work well for your spouse as well, because that's another big issue, right? Actually, my solution I'm about to provide to you worked extremely well for me. I took the time. I did it for my family. I didn't need to do it for my brother. My brother knows I'm a rock star. He's a rock star. My brothers, we're different. But my mother, my father passed away. You guys know that. So all I cared about was my mother. My coworkers, fudge them. I couldn't care less. Sorry, guys. You're not paying my bills. You're not living my life. You're not. But my mother, that was a different one. So I actually still have the paper. I took a white page. This would work for a spouse too, I'm sure of it. Mind you, that's my breakups were always because I was a workaholic. No time for anything. Just work. I won't get into that. But this is why I remain single. I'm not single, I'm married to my goals. On topic, Mark. I took out a sheet of paper, 8x10 sheet of paper. I wrote down pros, cons, and timelines. Almost like a sales pitch to my own mother. I still have the paper. I should take a picture of that, put it on Instagram. It's pretty fascinating. The original paper from 5 years ago. I said, okay, Mom. Well, I did it. Then I went to have coffee with her, and I laid it out. I said, here are the cons. I'm not going to get paid for a while. I have to live off, got a couple of $100,000 saved up from my job. I have to live off that for a while. I'm going to have to go online. I'm going to have to reveal a lot of stuff about our family. And I was expecting her to blow up. And I said, the pros are, in about 5 years, I'll start making money. And then I had statistics from my mother. Traditionally in business, it takes so long. So I had a plan and a timeline. She didn't like it. She did not like it, but she did not hate it because I was prepared. And I showed her a plan and a schedule. It's my own mother, but I had girlfriends on and off, and some wanted to go to the next level. And because I just met the girls, I'm like, listen, this is how it is. If you don't like it, it's okay. It's unimportant. I just met you, blah, blah, blah. My friends, same thing. Whatever. Other people's opinions are not going to change how I'm going to move forward. But my mother was different. So I hope that helps you guys, because I'll tell you something. It did help me. It did help me. Putting out a plan, writing down your vision, shows the person that you love that you're not kidding around here. This ain't a fly-by-night thing. You are serious. And it also shows that for you to share that with them, those emotions, that goal, shows love for them. Shows that you respect their opinions. They will cut you some slack. Or the odds of them cutting you some slack are better. Spouses may be a little more different because you cut into family time. So guys, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this live today. A little sweat going. I'm enjoying this live today. For those of you who don't know, I'm going for a little jog on the lake. I'm enjoying the live because it reminds me of when I showed her that, and now every time I talk to her, she's like, you actually did it. You made it happen. She's like, you're almost, the dates are almost aligned, but you're making more money. I'm like, I know, right? So guys, the fear of failure is actually the fear of criticism disguised. The lesson today is, don't let other people's opinions control you at all. But if they matter to you, I don't mean nobody matters to me, but in that sense, nobody really does. I'm living my life, except my mother. So maybe except your wife. Fill in the blank. Hope this helps. Share, communicate with the people you love instead of hiding. Because when you hide, it doesn't work. You don't perform as well. When it's in the open, even if you got 2 hours a day, they'll cut you that slack. Just be open with them, write down the plan, and communicate it out. Okay, guys? Then that fear is gone. Because it is a fictional fear. Okay, guys? Have an awesome hump day. And this is Marc Lalonde tuning out. Time to really hit it hard today. I got a fear of those 80-pound dumbbells that they just brought in. But that fear is criticism disguised. My arms won't be saying that, neither will my chest. Okay, guys, have an awesome Wednesday. I'll see you guys on social media. Bye-bye.